A U.S. Department of Commerce Guide. Chapter 1. The U.S. Department of Commerce. Commerce.gov, a big U.S. business and world trade websites. Information mostly to sell American goods worldwide. United States Department of Commerce. Department of Commerce. Consumer Affairs. 14th St. and Constitution of A. N.W. Number 5718. Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-2000. 202-482-2000. Has an extensive library and many experts who offer free business advice for the asking. commerce.gov/enter_query/public/sils, commerce information locator service. bea.commerce.gov, Bureau of Economic Analysis. commerce.gov/aptp.html, Asia Pacific Technology Program. commerce.gov/oasc.html, Office or Air and Space Commercialization. commerce.gov/osec.oblhtml, Office of Business Liaisons. commerce.gov/pace/pacebge.html, Partnerships for a Competitive Economy. commerce.gov/resources/bxa_info.html, Export Administration. commerce.gov/resources/eda_info.html, Economic Development Administration. commerce.gov/resources/esa_info.html, Economics and Statistics Administration. commerce.gov/resources/usdta.html, United States Travel and Tourism Administration. census.gov, Bureau of the Census. commerce.gov/resources/bxa_info, Bureau of Export Administration. commerce.gov/agencies/esa, Economic and Statistics Administration. commerce.gov/resources/eda_info, Economic Development Administration. fedworld.gov, FedWorld. ita.commerce.gov, International Trade Administration. commerce.gov/resources/mbeta_info, Minority Business Development Agency. noaa.gov, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. nos.noaa.gov, National Ocean Service. nws.noaa.gov, National Weather Service. nist.gov, National Institute of Standards and Technology. ntia.commerce.gov, National Telecommunications and Information Administration. usbeta.gov, Patent and Trademark Office. ta.commerce.gov, Technology Administration. Whistleblower Hotline. 800-424-5197. Bureau of the Census. Customer Services. Data User Services Division. Washington, D.C. 20233. 301-763-4100. 202-763-5190. Census.gov will provide you with demographic information. Business America, the magazine of international trade. U.S. Department of Commerce. International Trade Administration. Government Printing Office. Sub-T of Documents. Washington, D.C. 20401. 800-872-8723. access.gpo.gov/su_docs. Import/export, international trade, etc. International Trade Commission. Department of Commerce. Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-523-0146. ita.commerce.gov. Experts who analyze American products in world markets. National Institute of Standards and Technology. Office of Weights and Measures. Administration Building A617. Gaithersburg, Maryland 20899. 301-975-4004. Fax 301-926-0647. nist.gov/OWM. National Marine Fisheries Service. Office of Trade and Industry Services. Department of Commerce. 1335 East-West Highway, Silver Spring, Maryland 20910. 301-713-2355, Inspection and Safety. 800-422-2750. seafood.ssp.nmfs.gov. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Number 5813. Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-2985. NOAA.gov. National Technical Information Service. 5285 Port Royal Road, Springfield, Virginia 22161. 703-557-4660. NTIS.gov. Patent and Trademark Office. Department of Commerce. Crystal PK2, number 100. 2121 Crystal Drive, Arlington, Virginia 22202. 703-305-8341. Fax 703-308-5258. usbeta.gov. Trade Information Center Hotline. U.S. Department of Commerce. 800 USA Trade. Commerce.gov. Talk to government trade experts. U.S. Chamber of Commerce. 1615 H. St. N.W. Washington, D.C. 20062. 202-659-6000. uchamber.org. U.S. Travel and Tourism Administration. Number 1524. Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-3811. Department of Commerce Regional Resource Centers. The U.S. Department of Commerce has specialty resource centers for business people interested in selling and/or investing in several places in the world. They are: Caribbean Business Development Center, U.S. Department of Commerce, Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-0841. Fax 202-377-2218. Commerce.gov. Eastern European Business Development Center, U.S. Department of Commerce, Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-2645. Fax 202-377-4473. Commerce.gov. Europe and the Mediterranean. Office of U.S. Trade Representative. 600 17th St. Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20506. 202-395-3211. Commerce.gov. Japan Export Information Center, U.S. Department of Commerce, Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-2425. Fax 202-377-0469. Commerce.gov. Kuwait/Gulf Business Development Center, U.S. Department of Commerce, Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-5767. Fax 202-377-0878. Commerce.gov. Chapter 2. Department of Commerce Experts by State at DOC. Department of Commerce Experts in State Offices. The U.S. Department of Commerce, Commerce.gov, has trade experts in almost every state to help entrepreneurs who want to sell their products overseas. Preface your letters with U.S. Department of Commerce, Foreign Service Field Office. Commerce.gov. Alabama. 2015 2nd Avenue North, Birmingham, Alabama 35203, 334-731-1331, Alaska 222 West 7th Avenue, Anchorage, Alaska 99513, 907-271-5041, Arizona 230 North 1st Avenue, number 3412, Phoenix, Arizona 85025, 602-379-3285, Arkansas 320 West Capitol Avenue, number 811, Little Rock, Arkansas 72201, 501-378-5794, California 11,000 Wilshire Boulevard, number 9200, Los Angeles, California 90024, 213-209-7104, 116 AW 4th St. Santa Ana, California 92701, 714-836-2461, 6363 Greenwich Drive, San Diego, California 92122, 619-557-5395, 450 Golden Gate Avenue, San Francisco, California 94102, 415-556-5860, Colorado 680 World Trade Center, 1625 Broadway, Denver, Colorado 80202, 303-844-3246, Connecticut 450 Main St. number 610B, Hartford, Connecticut 06103, 203-240-3530, Delaware Office in Philadelphia, PA. D.C., City of Washington 14th and Constitution Ave. NW. Number 1068. Washington, D.C. 20230. 202-377-3181. Florida. 128 North Osceola Avenue, Clearwater, Florida 34615. 813-461-0011. 3100 University Boulevard South, number 200A. Jacksonville, Florida 32216. 904-791-2796. 51 Southwest 1st Avenue, number 224. Miami, Florida 33130. 305-536-5267. U.S. Department of Commerce, College of Business Administration, number 346. Orlando, Florida 32802. 407-648-1608. 107 West Gaines St. 401 Collins Building, Tallahassee, Florida 32304. 904-488-6469. Georgia 4360 Chamber Dunwoody RD. Atlanta, Georgia 30341. 404-452-9101. 120 Barnard St. number A107. Savannah, Georgia 31401. 912-944-4204. Hawaii 300 Ala Moana Boulevard, Honolulu, Hawaii 96850. 808-541-1782. Idaho 700 West State St. Boise, Idaho 83720. 208-334-3857. Illinois 55 E. Monroe, number 1406. Chicago, Illinois 60603. 312-353-4450. 515 Court St. Rockford, Illinois 61110. 987-8123. W.R. Harper College. Algonquin and Roselle R.D. Palatine, Illinois 60067. 312-397-3000 2532. Indiana. 1N Capital. Number 520. Indianapolis, Indiana 46204. 317-226-6214. Iowa. 210 Walnut St. Number 817. Des Moines, Iowa 50309. 515-284-4222. Kansas. 7591 River Park Place. Number 580. Wichita, Kansas 67203. 316-269-6160. Kentucky. 601 W Broadway. Number 636B. Louisville, Kentucky 40202. 502-582-5066. Louisiana. 2 Canal St. Number 432. New Orleans, Louisiana 70130. 504-589-6546. Maine. 77 Sewell St. Augusta, Maine 04430. 207-622-8249. Maryland. U.S. Customs House. 40 South Bay. Number 413. Baltimore, Maryland 21202. 301-962-3560. Massachusetts. World Trade Center. Number 307. Boston, Massachusetts 02210. 617-565-8563. Michigan. 477 Michigan Avenue. Number 1140. Detroit, Michigan 48226. 313-226-3650. 300 Monroe, NW. Number 409. Grand Rapids, Michigan 49503. 616-456-2411. Minnesota. 110 4th St. Number 108. Minneapolis, Minnesota 55401. 612-348-1638. Mississippi. Jackson Mall Office Center. 300 Woodrow Wilson Boulevard. Number 328. Jackson, Mississippi 39213. 601-965-4388. Missouri. 7911 Forsyth Boulevard. Number 610. St. Louis, Missouri 63105. 314-425-3302. 601 E 12th. Number 635. Kansas City, Missouri 64106. 816-426-3141. Montana. Office in Boise, ID. Nebraska. 11133 OST. Omaha, Nebraska 68137. 402-221-3664. Nevada. 1755 East Plum Lane. Number 152. Reno, Nevada 89502. 702-785-5203. New Hampshire. Office in Boston, Ma. New Jersey. 3131 Princeton Pike Building 6. Number 100. Trenton, New Jersey 08648. 609-989-2100. New Mexico. 625 Silver SW. 3rd FL. Albuquerque, New Mexico 87102. 214-767-0542. 1100 St. Francis Drive. Santa Fe, New Mexico 87503. 505-827-0264. New York. 111 West Huron St. Number 1312 Federal Building. Buffalo, New York 14202. 716-846-4191. 26 Federal PLA. Foley SQ. New York, New York 10278. 212-264-0634. 111 East Avenue. Rochester, New York 14604. 716-263-6480. North Carolina. 324 West Market St. Greensboro, North Carolina 27402. 919-333-5345. North Dakota. Office in Omaha, NE. Ohio. 550 Main St. Number 9504. Cincinnati, Ohio 45202. 513-684-2944. 668 Euclid Avenue. Number 600. Cleveland, Ohio 44114. 216-522-4750. Oklahoma. 6601 Broadway Extension. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73116. 405-231-5302. 440 South Houston St. Number 505. Tulsa, Oklahoma 74127. 918-581-7650. Oregon. 121 Southwest Salmon St. Number 242 World Trade Center. Portland, Oregon 97204. 503-326-3001. Pennsylvania. 475 Allendale Road. King of Prussia, Pennsylvania 19406. 215-962-4980. 1000 Liberty Avenue. Number 2002. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15222. 412-644-2850. Rhode Island. 7 Jackson Walkway. Providence, Rhode Island 02903. 401-528-510422. South Carolina. 9 Liberty St. Number 128 J.C. Long Building. Charleston, South Carolina 29424. 803-724-4361. 1835 Assembly St. Number 172. Columbia, South Carolina 29201. 803-765-5345. South Dakota. Office in Omaha, NE. Tennessee. 301 East Church Avenue. Knoxville, Tennessee 37915. 615-549-9268. 22 North Front St. Number 200. Memphis, Tennessee 38103. 901-544-4137. 404 James Robertson Parkway. Number 1114. Nashville, Tennessee 37219. 615-736-5161. Texas. 816 Congress. First City Center Building. Number 1200. Austin, Texas 78701. 512-482-5939. 1100 Commerce St. Number 705. Dallas, Texas 75242. 214-767-0542. 515 Rusk St. Number 2625. Houston, Texas 77002. 713-229-2578. Utah. 324 South State St. Number 105. Salt Lake City, Utah 84111. 801-524-5116. Vermont. Office in Boston, Ma. Virginia. 400 North 8th St. Number 8010. Richmond, Virginia 23240. 804-771-2246. Washington. 3131 Elliott Avenue. Number 290. Seattle, Washington 98121. 206-442-5616. W808 Spokane Falls Boulevard. Number 625. Spokane, Washington 99201. 509-353-2922. West Virginia. 405 Capital St. Number 809. Charleston, West Virginia 25301. 304-347-5123. Wisconsin. 517 East Wisconsin Avenue. Number 606. Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53202. 414-291-3473. Wyoming. Office in Denver, CO. Puerto Rico. Number 659 Federal Building. San Juan, Puerto Rico 00918. 809-766-555. Chapter 3. Department of Commerce Country Business Experts by Country. Department of Commerce Country Business Experts by Country. Afghanistan. 202-377-2954-2029.